G'day guys,
welcome back to the Gear Cave.
Gear Cave.
So today is our reintroduction video, let's call it. So I guess we'll jump into it. So who are we?
Yeah, so like this, I guess what we want to do is reintroduce ourselves because our first video shot 2 years ago on a little iPhone. It was really bad. There was no consideration to lighting, audio or anything else.
Yeah.
So over however many videos we have done over the last 2 years, we have learnt a lot about lighting, camera, sound, and sound is still proving us a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so in the last 3 videos we did where we were refinishing the classic Vibe guitars, a few people have mentioned, why didn't you jam on them? You know, because we've tried a few intros a couple of times. In the room and in the recording on the camera, it's not too bad, the audio, but by the time we compress it, remove some of the hissing and stuff, and then upload it to YouTube, the sound goes to garbage.
Yeah.
So what we're doing now is trying to improve our audio. So we've got our little personal recording devices on, little Tascams.
So we've got a little Tascam DR10L.
Yeah, so hopefully this time our voice audio will be much better and none of that echoey backgrounds from the walls.
Hopefully.
This is our second shoot. We've actually shot this video in its entirety already today, and we've had to start again because we didn't get the audio right. So hopefully it's right this time. If it's not, it'll be right next time because this is the last shoot. What else? So what's the channel about? Is that our next question, Josh?
Why did we start this channel?
Why did we start the channel? Purely for ourselves and to sort of, we'll just do a father and son bonding thing over music and guitar. Also, it's a good excuse, if you will, for lack of a better term. It's a motivator as well to get better and another interest.
Because we don't want to look bad on camera, like when we're playing guitar or like that. So we use Gear Cave as a motivator to play guitar. Yeah,
well, you know, it's a project that we work on together, and you know, other things happen. So since starting this channel, we've definitely moved into making products as well as, but we haven't filmed any of that yet. So the amp stands behind me and the console stand I made on the CNC, which I use for inlaying the bodies on the guitar bodies that you've seen in the previous videos. So we've got a lot of things happening behind the scenes that this year we're actually going to put into Gear Cave. So in the last 12 months I've learned how to use the CNC properly, spent quite a bit of time on that. Got a lot of designing work done, which we'll talk about a bit later as well. So there's lots happening in Gear Cave, and which we will talk about as we progress through this video.
Yeah, so next question. Where do we want this channel to go?
So we're still kind of free-falling with it, whilst we're still learning how to shoot a decent video as well with the lighting and the audio, which is the killer. The audio is the hardest.
Yeah, the audio is definitely the hardest.
Yeah.
But hopefully these Tascams do work out for us. Yeah,
so at least the voice won't have all that echoey stuff in there. And recording guitars from the amps, which there's a computer over there, which we've linked up with the mixer, and we're going to also record direct from the amps, but we need a bit more practice of that, so we won't be jamming through amps probably for another few videos, but it is coming and we will have little jam sessions.
Yeah, because we'll record straight into the computer, which will help the sound.
We'll mix that in so we'll have quality sound instead of just room noise and reverberations. You know, the sound that bounces off the walls into the microphone just makes it sound terrible.
Yep, okay. So next question. How have we grown and developed so far? Ooh, okay.
How have we grown and developed? We all have grown and developed considerably.
So I'm not like this little boy with a...
Yeah, wow, the first video, he was such a little boy, and it was not that long ago.
Yeah.
How have we grown? Jeez, I guess we've grown in technical knowledge on how to shoot a video.
Yeah.
Even though still consider ourselves complete and total utter amateurs. Yeah, these videos, we have both found them extremely challenging.
Yeah.
But when they're up there and people watch them, it's really quite rewarding. Especially the last 3 videos with refinishing those Squires. They're doing the best so far. We do have one video that's up to about 25,000 views so far, and that's pretty. That's our
like very good video.
Yeah, that's our best one so far. But I think these 3 latest ones are on track to beat it in probably 6 months.
Yeah.
But hopefully, we get more and more subscribers, and encourage us to do more and more videos.
So, next question.
Next question.
New tech and sound record and recording.
Well, I guess we just discussed that, didn't we?
Yeah, so the Tascams and
recording directly into the door, recording with microphones. So we just need to physically do that and learn all the lovely trials and tribulations of becoming good at something. If it's not challenging, it's not worth doing, apparently.
That's kind of true.
Kind of true. Everything's easy, calm. It's not. You don't get the reward. It's the hard things.
Yeah.
When you accomplish that, that's where the reward comes.
Yeah.
All right.
So
New projects.
So Squire Jazzmaster. Yes. So we recently bought a Squire Jazzmaster secondhand. We are going to do a deep dive into that, and after that video, we will pull it apart and.
So our deep dives are typically talking about the guitar, pulling its guts out, putting it all back together, and that's a deep dive video. We're going to do lots of those. Basically, every guitar that we haven't done, we will be doing a deep dive review on.
Yeah, and then after that, sort of depends on the type of guitar, we will do like a pull apart and then relic or whatever.
Yeah, or refinish and put inlays in.
Yep.
Got a few ideas. We've got a couple of Squires that we still have, including the new Jazzmaster, well, the old new Jazzmaster, or new old? Old new. It's old, but new to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, never had an offset guitar before, so the Jazzmaster seemed the obvious way to progress, and it's also a project guitar that we're going to, refinish and, do what we did in the last 3 videos.
I reckon I'll actually grab the Jazzmaster to show them.
Okay, yeah, it's great grabbing. Yeah, so Joshy's just popping over to the wall now to grab the Jazzmaster we got about a week ago.
Was it a week?
Yeah, about that, estimately.
Oh. Don't like that wiggle
I
stick.
just made up a new word, estimately.
Estimately. Alright, so this is our first offset guitar. It's got some weird P90 sort of pickups.
They're not P90s, they're single coils.
Oh, they're single
Well, it's a P90 single coil, but these aren't P90s at all. Jazzmasters have their own thing going on. It's a narrow, flat wound coil.
Interesting. Very odd, but interesting.
Strange switching too on the Jazzmasters.
Oh,
it's
yeah?
not that hard to get your head around it, to be honest, but yeah, we'll talk about that when we review it.
Yep.
Another trait of the Jazzmaster.
It likes to drop its wiggle stick.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So what else we got next, Joshy?
Well,
the
first-
70s tele. I'll grab the 70s.
Oh yeah, the 70s tele.
So this 70s tele is another second-hander that I bought, a year ago at least, with the intention to review it and play it. We just, last year got really busy, so we stopped doing videos for a while.
So we're going to do a lot more.
We're doing a lot more videos this year. We're going to do at least 1 a month, hopefully 2.
So I did give up my soccer thing. So I did do soccer for about 2 years, which kind of made us stop-start in our video sort of program. So the videos weren't as much because the soccer did stuff it up on a Saturday.
Yeah, so anyway, so we've sort of moved away from the soccer so we can concentrate on music and Geek Cave incorporated into that.
Yeah. Okay, so next question.
Well, it's not a question, we're in projects.
Okay, yeah.
My first guitar.
Your first
guitar. Oh boy.
So the Squires aren't the first guitar we've destroyed. It's actually an Ibanez model that Dad would like to show you on camera.
So
Don't laugh.
this is my first guitar ever, and it's got 30 years of really disgusting dust on it. So this is my first. It was a brown looking Strat. Or it is, I think, a ply body. It does have a laminate like your bench top back and front. It's cracked through, so I decided to take it to work one day. I think I was about 20 at the time, and I cut all the big bulby Strat type radiuses off the edge of it so it looked more like a rocking guitar, and then repainted it in 2-pack. Yes, polyurethane, my favourite. But it cracked through again. The body's just garbage. But the neck is good, the hardware's garbage, the tuners are okay. So I'm going to create, I think,
a new body for it.
A brand new body for it, and I'll just use the neck because this is the first guitar I ever had, and I would like to resurrect it, and it will at least have the neck. Which feels like a Squire neck, oddly enough. So,
does it?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
So there's another video coming on resurrecting my first guitar.
Yeah, well, that's probably what it's actually going to be called.
Yeah, it'll be something like that.
Ooh, okay, so Squire chat, not about the tone.
Okay, so I do appreciate all the comments and I do try to reply to all of them. There's one guy in particular that has dropped a couple of persistent messages or comments in the comment section. When I'm refinishing, I'll grab one of these guitars.
So when we're refinishing them, it's not actually about like the tone that comes with the pickup. It's just purely for getting rid of weight and just for it to sound better acoustically. So we just get rid of that poly.
Well, you know, the whole thing vibe and the classic vibe. So what I wanted, my goal with refinishing the guitar was not to change the tone or improve the tone or get into a tone war or discuss tone at all. What I'm talking about when you reshape and get the plastic off these guitars is the energy or the vibe, if you will, of the guitar. You lighten it, you allow it to resonate because it's not got 2mm thick plastic all over it. Well, it's 1mm front and back, so 2mm overall. It's a lot of hard resin plastic restricting the body. Both this guitar and my other tele that I refinished, it did change dramatically the entire feel of the guitar. Now, I'm not discussing tone, I'm talking about feel, and when you hit it, the acoustic resonance, the body vibrating, the feedback the guitar gives you, hence the reason why it's really, really good to do this. Not only is it fun as a project with my son, I learn about refinishing. This just came out wonderful, man. I really, really like the look of this guitar. I'm going to put some really nice pickups in this because it feels great to play now.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly not going to put forward that reshaping and refinishing and putting a nice nitro finish on this changes the sound of the guitar. It doesn't change the pickup sound. I'm not suggesting that at all. So I just wanted to clarify that I'm not doing this to change the tone. I'm doing it to change the feel of the guitar. And if you change the feel of the guitar and you play it a different way, guess what you just changed?
Only the
Don't say the word. You will play it differently, it will sound differently. But changing, I don't believe what I've done here changes the sound of the pickup to the amp. Not suggesting that at all. So just to clarify, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. No tone wars, not into it.
Next project. Oh, okay. So we've got a big bunch of news that we've got to give you guys.
All right, what are we up to there? RetroVibe.
Vibe guitars.
So you might see this shirt and you might see our new logo and our new sign that I made. Headstocks, Josh, where are they?
Oh, okay. Okay, so...
I'll grab them. That's why I asked you to get them, because I'm walking in front of how's my bum. All right, so you might see this. I did another little prototype of, put some light on there. So this is a prototype on a headstock design that I have.
So this is for RetroVibe?
Or RetroVibe and Gear Cave. So the first completed headstock, it will be that way if holding a guitar. It is a fairly unique one. It does look weird, but that's what my guitars are going to be. They're not going to be copies of Gibsons or Fenders or anything like that. I think I want to go down the vintage vibe. That's the reason why I called the business. Well, it is actually business. I registered it. So everything we design and put out on this will be legally copyright, and our designs will be our designs. The reason why I do that is because I'm in business and I've been in designing and manufacturing my entire life, and I know what potential opposition can do. I don't think my guitar company is going to go anywhere. I've just registered it to protect it, and it could go somewhere.
It could.
Maybe.
But
you know what it's going to be for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun for Josh and I to create and make our own guitars, and hopefully they get better than some of these guitars that we have here, and we prefer our own. Maybe. I say we're a few years away from that, because it's going to take quite a few guitars to dial in technique and styles and learn from our mistakes, and we're going to make a heap of them, I reckon.
Yeah. So that's what that rosewood was for in
we mentioned video. In it, yeah. So I've already got some rosewood. I'm hunting down some mahogany, and I've got a whole bunch of hardwood Australian materials out there, just in big slabs. So we've already got designs. I've got 6 headstock designs that I'm fairly happy with. They are a prototype, so that's a little weird one. I kind of like that one, but obviously if you drop it, don't drop it. It won't snap off. Yeah, one of my mates goes, yeah, but if you drop it, you're going to snap that off. Don't drop it.
Literally don't drop it. It's not that hard.
But that's the only one. We may modify that in the future depending on how many problems that proposes.
So we've got about 6...
Oh, that was a lovely noise.
So we've got about 6 headstocks and about 3 or 4 guitars.
I've got 4 offset body styles, plus an SG style and the Gibson DC style.
Obviously will be modified.
They will all be modified, not to be replicas, and they will be very different. Even though I'm definitely going to make a tele style, very much in the style of Good Vibes, they will be curved and carved and modified. So they be tele-esque, but they won't be teles.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
So next thing, pickups.
Pickup winders. Got a pickup winder. So this is how deep I'm jumping into this. I bought a Mojo Tone winder, which you may see behind Joshy. I have no idea at this stage, apart from watching a few videos, how to wind pickups, all that thing. So that's part of the adventure as well. This is another goal we're going to kick. Again, this is long term. I'm not going to say tomorrow or next week, we're going to be winding our own pickups. It's going to be a growth.
Yeah.
Especially over the next year. I think this next year is going to be a massive growth
for both of our learning and our playing.
And this time next year we might do another one of these particular videos to take pause and say, wow, this is where we were, this is where we are now, and this is where we kind of see where it's going to go. But open to all changes.
All right, so next thing, pedals.
Pedals, got plenty of pedals. We're going to start reviewing pedals.
As well. Yeah, so we've got a couple of new pedals, so some Fender reissue pedals, are they called?
What?
The Fender reissue pedals.
I don't have any Fender reissue pedals.
The Fender ones. The Fender Boss pedals?
Poof! Completely lost my mind there. So at Christmas time, I did buy myself a Christmas present, and they were the 3 Boss pedals that are the old signature ones, which Boss did with Fender, so the reverb and the bassman, whatever. So we'll review those ones.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other pedals, you can see them along there. Yeah.
On the table over there. Okay, next thing, amps, mods, ECG.
Amps, yes. So I've already modded both of the Marshalls. Only I swapped the speakers out, that's all basically it. Over there we have the speakers that I've pulled out of the 2 Marshalls as well as the Fender. I put a Texas Heat, I think, in the Fender just to take that ear-piercing, horrible noise that Fender speaker did. It did improve the amp considerably. It's still a very bright amp, but that's what they are, and they're great for that. Just takes that ear pick out, really.
Yeah.
And the two Marshalls benefited greatly. I put a Swamp Thing in one, and I put a Creamback 75H in the other one. That's my preferred one.
Yep.
It took out the sort of the top end fizz and the bottom end flubber out of those two Marshall amps.
Yep. So I guess we go to the next thing.
I'm also going to, did I say I'm going to make a twin speaker box out of the Marshall speakers? They're going to be closed back and with a panel that can be removed, so we can do closed back and semi-open back. That'll be another video on its own where I design and cut that on the CNC, Tolex it, and produce a RetroVibe.
And I just remembered that
speaker box.
we also are going to restore the hardware and stuff in the Fender reissue.
Oh no, so all the Fender amps come out with absolute garbage capacitors and a few other things in there. They're 5-watt circuit in all of the reissues, in every single one of them, is poorly designed, and they burn your circuit board. So
we bought
So I've bought all the components, and I've watched all the professionals many times how to rectify this. So there'll be a video on that. People who do not know about your amps, please stay out of your amps. They are extremely dangerous things, even when not plugged in.
And on.
Or off. If you can pull your valve amp out of the wall, pull the back off, touch a capacitor and die. So don't.
Please don't.
Yeah, don't listen to us. Don't copy me. Don't jumping into amps. I do have an electrical background and an engineering background, so I at least have a clue of what I'm doing. Guys, if you don't play electrics, don't play with inside of amps. Anyway, that's so you don't sue me.
So next thing, viewer involvement.
Viewer involvement. So this is where we're going to ask you guys to directly tell us what you want to see. Hopefully you will watch the next bunch of videos and see that I'm really diverse into my approach of doing things, and I do like to make things. Like I said, the amp stands I've made, the mixer desk I've made, my computer desk I made. If I don't make it and I buy something, I'll pull it apart and have a look how it works. That's how the guitars get going. So where it comes to your viewer involvement, maybe you guys can suggest things to make, or maybe even improvements, or what would help boost the channel. Like, I'm going to be making quite a few guitars, and then I'm not probably really going to, there's not so much the market to sell an unknown branded guitar, I suppose. So I guess we'll do giveaways with the guitars we make and other products. So, amp stands and just even a pick tray,
like
all sorts of things.
Pick tray for keys and picks and stuff.
Catch-all trays or anything. So there's lots of ideas in stuff that I'm going to make. So I'm actually going to have a range of products on the website which can be purchased.
Yeah.
Eventually. Not yet.
So now we're on to our current collection.
Okay, so the reason why we've got all our guitars around us, because I guess you guys get the impression that we just play around with Squires. Not the case.
Nope.
I actually do have quite a few
nice guitars.
Really nice guitars.
Okay, so I guess we start on the electrics.
Yeah, so all right, we'll go through and show you some of my favourite guitars and quality. And I'll start off with the newest.
So the newest, the Fender 70th anniversary Stratocaster.
Yeah, this thing's beautiful. It's got such a lovely veneer on it. It is heavily figured, but it's not one of those figured where it's just there all the time. It's not just straight lines. It's really kind of like a burl. It's book matched beautifully, and the figuring, I don't know if you get it on the camera, the figuring jumps in and out all over the place. It's extremely active.
Yeah.
Now, why did I buy this? This was an emotional purchase, this one. I'm not going to get into why I bought it now, but it is pretty deep.
Yeah.
And I was also sort of researching the players that play really good sounding Strats, because look, I've had 4 Strats and none of them sounded like the sound that Mike McCready or Hendrix or any of the Strat players, Stevie Ray Vaughan,
John Mayer.
Yeah, I've never been able to get that really beautiful Strat sound. This does it with ease, In every position, it's got great tone. I do have a 50th anniversary
And it just doesn't
Strat.
have
It just doesn't have
Yeah.
that Strat sound that I was chasing. Great guitar, beautiful, you know, it's a USA made quality high-end guitar. Just didn't have that Strat sound I personally was looking for. Now I finally have it. This thing does it and has it in spades.
Okay. Do you want to do the Gretsch?
No, because
Oh, yeah,
we're going to
okay.
talk about the quality stuff first,
Okay.
because we're not just Squire fanboys.
Yeah, alright, so next, the Gibson Les Paul Standard.
My Gibby, Les Paul,
Standard.
heavy bugger.
Very heavy.
So if you've listened to any of my other videos, one of my main goals with my first tele that I reshaped, it weighed as much as this guy does. This is about 4.5 kilos. For a Les Paul, that's not so bad, but I still don't like 4.5 kilo guitars. 3.5 and under are beautiful. Well, 3.7 I find still reasonably comfortable. These, you know, it just digs into the shoulder. It's not particularly comfortable. This is a beautiful guitar, and I currently don't feel that I play well enough to do this particular guitar justice. So
Yeah.
I don't play it a lot. I think in the next 12 months I might actually get up to the level where I can
Actually play.
appreciate how good this guitar is. Of course I do play it now and then, but the weight puts me off, and I just don't feel I play this particular guitar that well.
Yep.
Mm.
Push-pull pots included.
Oh yes, it's got, yeah, we'll do it, like again, we're not going to go do reviews this time, we're just going to show you what we've got. Josh, your turn.
Alright, I'll grab maybe the PRSs. Let's do the
Okay,
PRSs.
yes. So we've got 3 PRS guitars that we bought this time last year with the intention to review each of them at the time. But, you know, just life and busyness, and we weren't really committing to Gear Cave at the time, which we are now, mind you. We will be reviewing our 3 PRS guitars. Now, this is my DGT. Everything they say about this is true. They are as good as what they say. The only thing I'm going to say that I don't like about this is the gaunty frickin' top on it. People are going, oh, it's a beautiful flame. It is a beautiful flame, but it's just too straight, too much of it. I'd much prefer that.
Because that's like,
Isn't it?
that's jagged and not even.
Yeah, man, it's just not that full banded consistency. Some people would absolutely love that over that, but me, I like irregularity.
Yeah.
I'm pretty irregular.
Alright, so this is my PRS SE Standard 24. It's mahogany all over, I'm pretty sure. It's the toffee apple red sort of colour from the SGs. The humbuckers can be single coil by bringing this up, but sometimes this falls off.
Got to fix that up.
Yeah, that'll be in a video for the review or whatever.
So yeah, we won't go into the details of it now, but this will get reviewed. We might do the one view review and compare these two, because essentially the bodies are the same, the necks are different and the electrics are different. So we might do a comparison video deep dive on these two.
And our third and final PRS is our piezo hollow body.
Yeah.
So this thing's just phenomenal. It's kind of the couch guitar in our house. Humbuckers, but yeah, we're going to say all that in the deep dive with the other two.
Well, I might do that one on its own because it's so radically different than these. But that is a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I really wish they didn't paint it in poly, but you know, it's the price point. But it is made beautifully. It would be just so much nicer if it was nitro or just not a heavy poly finish. Yeah, but overall, that guitar is, yeah, it's worth its money. I got it at the right price for that instrument, and yeah, I'm very, very happy with that guitar. It's really nice. I love the neck and everything on it. It's great.
All right. Okay, so next guitar, I guess we'll do the little sister and the stepsisters. All right, so this is the B and G little sister.
Crossroads.
Crossroads, yes. First guitar that we actually got with P90s.
Yes, that inspired a whole other event, which we'll get to. I've got a couple of P90 guitars now that were born from this. I bought this because it was on special. Well, not on special, it was secondhand. Somebody else bought it.
And didn't really bond
didn't gel with it. And I thought, wow, they're a really cool guitar, man. And you can bond with those very well, but this guy didn't seem to dig it. I got it home and fell in love with it. And it's just, yeah, it's really great. And inspired a couple of other purchases that are also very great. I also did get this one, the
Stepsister.
The Stepsister Crossroads. So the Crossroads series are the Asian-made series. But these guys are... Check out our other video. We do have a B&G video, so if you're curious about these, I go into a deep dive, pull them apart and show you what they're made of and talk about their construction. But yeah, beautifully made guitars. Again, poly, but it's not a thick, they don't just lay it on there like the Squires do. It's tastefully done in every way. Beautiful guitars, very high quality.
All right, yeah. Okay, so you want to go put those ones up and we could probably do your... Oh, this fell off. Okay, so we also have our two Gibson.
We want to get to your SGs first.
Oh yes, the SGs. We have 3 SGs, 2 Epiphones and an Orville by Gibson SG. Okay, so this is the one I got for my 10th birthday. I did kind of edit this one. So with the knobs for the pots, 2-tone black and 2-volume gold with the vintage bone screw thingy.
We're not doing a review now. Okay. So he did modify that because I think the reflectors fell out of the knobs, right?
Yeah.
It drove you nuts. And then he sort of dug out of my parts box some new knobs and go, oh, that's really cool to have 2 of different types. So yeah, he's a little custom.
Yeah.
Then we got this guy. I actually bought this one for a bit of research into its construction, probably be close to a year ago or so. Oh, yeah, sometime mid last year.
6 months.
Because when we were designing some SG style bodies, I wanted to see the neck joints on 3 different versions, and they do change.
They do.
So anyway, so this one's an Orville by Gibson.
So, yeah.
I imported about 20 odd Orvilles 12 years ago, and I've only got 4 or 5 of them left. I sold them all on. But yeah, that's a whole video and story on its own, I guess. And yeah, so these are our SGs. We'll do a review and deep dive on these guys as well.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, I'll put these away.
I guess we'll do our Gibson Les Pauls, the double cut and the BFG next. Do you want to do that, Dad?
Sure.
All right, so...
Well, did you have this on a stand? How have you... Oh, I'll put this out of the way.
Oh, no, it was on the stand, but... All right, so the double cut and the BFG, yeah, they're 2 different things alone. They're double cuts, generally Dad's go-to, along with that Telecaster, our first Telecaster refinish that we did. So this BFG, it's got a weird feeling for the body because barely finished guitar. It doesn't have the cover on the P90, and that P90 is a mind of its own.
Yeah, so that's got the ceramic Gibson ceramic dirty fingers in it. And this is an Australian-made P90 that pairs very, very well with that dirty fingers. They're both pretty hot, intense pickups, but they can sound so sweet and beautiful as well. And it's a monster. Like if you really want to crank out some heavy metal, it's awesome. It's so much fun.
It's also super light for a Les Pauls too.
It's I can't remember exactly, but it's between 3 to 3.5 kilos. It's a light guitar.
Yep. All right.
And so I brought this over because Joshy mentioned it. This is my other go-to. These 2 are actually my favourite guitars to jam with. And
for electric, obviously.
For electrics, obviously. This guitar is absolutely phenomenal. This is the white guitar this is the white Squire Classic Vibe that I refinished in the first refinish video. Go check that one out. That's going very well.
If you haven't seen it, obviously.
If you haven't seen it at all. But yeah, so this was a white standard tele and I pulled it apart, reshaped it, restained it, of course. And my DC, awesome. Again, the P90s, love them.
Yeah.
But these two guitars are my main two players. Out of everything that I've got, these two I do go to.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So what's next? I guess we do the Signature and the Fender Telecasters. After, so...
Are you looking at the camera?
The Mexican we did actually buy quite cheap for a review and a pull apart deep dive for Gear Cave, but it's kind of stayed in its case because of soccer, obviously. And
well, we've got so many guitars and so many cool teles anyway. That one's brand new just about.
Yeah, so
and we'll probably just move that on.
Yeah, probably we'll move this on. We just don't use it because it just stays in its case most of the time. All right, so you want to show the...
So this is a
Signature?
1992 produced Jerry Donahue guitar made in Japan. Very light, it's about 3 kilos, just a smidge over. Beautiful neck, almost like a very slight V shape on that neck, but it's not a big chunky thing. It's just light and sounds beautiful. Well, actually, I actually don't dig the sound of this. It is a good sounding guitar, just doesn't tick my boxes all that well.
Wow.
But yeah, but it is an excellent guitar. It doesn't really, it's supposed to be like a Strat / tele, but I don't think it achieves either. It achieves something else.
Yeah.
If I was to hang on to this one, it's got such a cool vibe about it as well because it has been used by a gigging musician. The smoke, so this would have been used in the days where people smoked in bars. It does have tobacco stained smoke all over it. It's got like a really cool natural relic to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very cool guitar. I'm not sure if I want to let this go or not, but I'm going to have to start letting go of a lot of these production guitars because I'm going to be making my own.
And we don't really use them because you've only got, what, 2 people and 1 million guitars.
Yeah, we've got almost 30 guitars, and so I'm going to wind up offloading a lot of these. Okay,
so you want to take those 2 back. What's next? Oh, the Mastersound, I think it's called. The Maton Mastersound. We don't particularly play that one much, but it's a nice guitar to play. I've played it once and don't know what happened after that. But you want to share some details with that?
Yeah, so we've got a blackwood top. Can't remember what the back's made of. It's painted. So I can't see the timber. I think it's blackwood. Got an Australian maple neck, rosewood board. The pickups are, actually I think one of them's a single coil and one of them's a humbucker, I think from memory.
That's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, cool. I wouldn't change these pickups out. I think they're really cool. The guitar does sound really cool. And it feels like any other Maton. And I've got to say, it feels like the acoustic Maton. So this is really the first quality electric guitar I bought after my first Maton acoustic, this was killer. I bought this in probably 97 or something. This was my main guitar that I just played for 10 years. And I didn't really have anything else except for this. And I didn't play this because it's an electric. But I bought this because it felt like this because it's made by the same mob and it has a very acoustic feeling neck. I just didn't at that time, and for 15 years later or longer, just didn't get the groove of electric guitars.
Yeah.
But I think I'm there now. I'm having a lot of fun with electrics. Anyway, cool guitar.
Okay, what's next? I think we're done with our electrics, are we not? Okay, so we are done with electrics, so on to acoustics. Do you want to grab your FL2, Dad?
Do I want to grab my FL2? Ah, the 12 string. Where's yours? Oh, it's right next to you. All right.
All right, so these 2 are the twins of our collection. So Dad's is 12 string, but mine is 6. I've got 3-piece back, and Dad only has 2, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's the book matched.
Well, book matched, yes. Another difference with mine is that Dad actually bought it for me when I was still in Mum's tummy, so he bought it custom shop, I'm pretty sure.
No, so it's a standard issue ColeClark, but I did get them to inscribe on the 12th fret Joshy's name.
So that's on the 12th fret there.
So I bought it, obviously, when we knew who you are and we'd named you. And I think you're probably, your mum might have been 7 months pregnant, or maybe even 8 months. So I ordered it and just let it sit in its case. I was going to wait till he was 16 before giving it to him, but I've had a bit of a tumultuous time with health, to say the least. So I decided to give it to him probably 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
2
years ago,
Yeah.
because I really just wanted to be here in case I wasn't, so I gave it to him, and it's been great ever since, and it's encouraged him to play guitar, so it was the right choice. Another 5 years before and he didn't know about it, so I just kind of popped it out and go, Josh, man.
He popped it out on the lounge once, and he's like, I bought this for you when you were still in Mum's tummy. If you get this far in playing, then I'll give it to you. And so I stayed at playing just so I could get this guitar, and I achieved that outcome. So
yeah, no, and he plays reasonably well now.
And now I've got it.
And this is our only 12 string.
Our only 12 string, yeah. So these two are like the sisters of our collection. Sisters, brothers,
Cousins, somehow related. All right, that's our ColeClarks. Oh, we should.
FL2s.
I did also buy my second child much the same thing, but at the time they wouldn't do any inlays.
So this is the ColeClark Angel.
Yeah, so my second child is a girl, and she doesn't like guitar.
So she didn't play guitar. So she kind of got into guitar, left it, kind of came back, and then left it.
Within 2 days, gravitated towards a bass guitar, and she's been playing that ever since, and she's absolutely loving it. So Leah is likely to come into the fold, into Gear Cave, pretty soon.
For a few videos.
Yeah, that'd be great. Anyway, that's her little acoustic, another ColeClark, and this is her birth year guitar as well. So when we knew who Leah was, we went out and bought her a birth guitar, but they wouldn't do the inscription at that time. So and we do have a third child, and she didn't get anything. All right.
Maybe we might find her a year model guitar.
Well, she doesn't seem to be liking guitar that much, but she gravitates towards drums and keyboards. So let's see. But she's only 7, so give her some time.
She could change to the uke or the mandolin or whatever.
Bugle? Really? She's not going to be playing the bugle.
What's a bugle?
Oh no, it's
trumpet.
A trumpet type thing. All right, what else are we looking at?
What about the Taylor? The Taylor?
Oh, we can do the Taylor. Let's get into some USA stuff.
Okay, USA. So after the Taylor, we'll do some of the USA stuff.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I haven't played the Taylor much. What type?
It lives in its case.
It does live in its case. A guitar up for sale. This one.
Yeah, so I did buy that. It's a first edition.
First edition.
I think it's a
500 series.
528E, I think it is. So it's a big body. It's basically a big J200.
It's
made out of
6 out of 100.
It's number 6 out of 100. It's made out of solid Honduran mahogany all over. Its neck is mahogany. The top, back, and sides are all mahogany. It has the Expression System 2 in it for its pickup, and it's basically unplayed. It comes in a beautiful case, and all its case candy and everything will be put on the Gear Cave website for sale. So that's another one going. Why is it for sale? I just don't play big guitars anymore. In my acoustic,
the only really huge.
I reach for this little guy, which is an 808 Nashville. Excellent guitar, small body, responsive, bright, and that's kind of what I go for.
Massive difference.
Big sound, man. Big sound.
The only really big sounds that you play anymore would probably be your first Maton, your Messiah, and the
Messiah,
Hummingbird.
which is my rosewood guitar, is big and boomy enough.
And your Hummingbird.
And then there's, of course, my USA-made 2011 Hummingbird. I cannot believe the prices of these things these days. When I bought this, it was $2,800. 2011.
Now it's about 7,000.
I did buy it second hand, but only the guy who bought it only had it about a month, maybe at tops, and it smelt like fresh, brand new lacquer even at the time, and it was just too big for him. He was a little fella. And you will notice that it doesn't have the Hummingbird pickguard on it.
Okay. So what happened there?
And as you know, Gibson, like these are $7,000 in Australia now, and this is the piece of crap that they put on your guitar. You can see that it's curling up. What this is a digital print.
Dome resin pick
So digital
guard.
print, and then they lay a 2-pack dome resin on top. How do I know this? Because I make dome resin stickers. Well, I used to in my business. And as they outgas and dry out, they curl up and they pull off your guitar. For $7,000, Gibson, you should be providing the traditional engraved, hand-painted pickguard. $7,000. Come on, man.
Gotta be traditional.
And you give this
stuff.
All right, that's my gripe. I love Gibson guitars, absolutely love them, but that is rubbish.
Rubbish. Rubbish. Rubbish. Okay, what's next? Do you want to show them your Messiah? So the Messiah is next.
I'll put this up for you, Joshy. This is my Messiah.
Oh yes, big boomy Messiah. This one is this one's one of the limited edition ones with the sunburst.
Yeah, you won't see too many of those. I only do a few of those a year. And this is another little 808.
It's like Dad bought this around the same time as the Nashville.
This is your basic model. It doesn't have a pickup. Queensland maple back and sides and neck, spruce top. Very light, very bright.
It is bright, yeah.
It gets you get a lot of different tones out of it. It's one of the wall hangers in the house where if you just want to grab a guitar because they're on display and you just get that notion to play, this is one of those.
Yeah,
so this is
like
one that's
you
out.
you hear a sound and you just got to play it.
If you just feel the notion to grab one and you got to get something out, this is one of the ones in the house that you just grab.
Yep.
That lives in a case.
This one lives in a case and comes out quite a few times a year, but
Oh no, it comes out regularly. I play this
Yeah.
quite a few times a month, but it it is purely a beautiful guitar, and I do look after it. It doesn't sit out in the public, if you will.
yeah. The Dove. Do you want to show them the Orville by Gibson Dove?
Yeah.
All right. So the Orville by Gibson Dove. That's another one that's for sale. I think we did a video on it.
Yeah, so this guy's for sale. Almost had to buy it for it just last night.
Oh really?
Yeah, but then he goes, well, he rang me, like I gave him a number, and he goes, oh, buy it right now. You want me to buy it right now? I said, no, that's cool, man. I'll just see what the couriers will cost. And he called me 3 hours later. He goes, I'm going to pull out. I went, oh, man, that sucks. And I did it for a great price. But anyway, still for sale. Excellent guitar. Has the traditional paint engraved pickguard, just like a $7,000 Hummingbird should.
He's gonna go on.
Oh yeah, it is a bug. It's a pet hate of what Gibson does. They stooge out on certain things. But this is a 90s model Japanese-made Orville by Gibson. Look them up if you don't know what they're about. Mother of pearl. As I said, engraved, paint filled. It's got all their traditional appointments. Excellent guitar.
It's even got bursting around the sides.
Yeah,
and
man,
up
they
the
really
neck and
did. Gibson
headstock.
doesn't even do that, Look at those bursts. It's just beautiful.
Where do you ever see that?
Yeah. Anyway, that's for sale.
One of our last guitars, I guess, is this massively neon orange Gretsch guitar.
Now, if any guitar has ever screamed, I want to be pulled apart and vandalised, this is it.
Definitely going to be road worn, this guitar. It's got quite a cheap Bigsby on it too.
We can see what we can do to fix that up. Yeah, so it's not a real Bigsby, it's a licensed Bigsby, but it's a very a lower budget Chinese-made Bigsby.
Yeah.
Licensed there. So the guitar, it's not a terrible guitar. I think they retail out here for around about the $800 mark. They do sit second-hand for sale on Marketplace and that sort of places for quite some time. I've seen them sit there for $400 and not sell. Yeah. So I can't see any reason to sell it and lose that much money on it. I might as well see if I can improve the guitar and get all that plastic off it and see what's under there and work with that.
I suppose, yeah.
I want it, it's going to look old and grungy, and it just needs some attitude because it's got nothing.
Because it's like this neon orange.
Well, I don't mind the neon orange. I actually like that about it, but
No, I do too, but it's just
it feels like a plastic guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this will become a thing. Another project, another video.
So that guitar kind of stands out in our collection.
Yeah, it is a bit odd. And we've got two more little Squires over there, which we probably will not do anything with. Because I'm kind of restricted with modifying these things heavily because of the binding. I would love to, again, body carve them, but the binding.
So this one is the made in Indonesia one with the burst on it?
Yep, this is the Chinese made one.
Without the, not the burst. The
oh, that's got a
flame.
really nice flame figured on the
flame.
back, yeah.
Yeah, and that one's got the top hat switch thingy.
Yeah. This is a little bit more traditional, so where the classic vibes, they do try to make them as traditional as possible within the budget and all that sort of thing. I have found consistently the older Chinese ones are more consistent with the traditional specs.
Yeah.
I'm saying that loosely because I've noticed even the Chinese ones change their electrics and their components to whatever's available at the time. They're not going to stop production because they don't have a top hat. They'll just put another one on there, a different type.
So this
but
is the only one that...
my white tele, which is the one that I favour the most, which was white, is clearly not now, they're both Chinese, and I do find that these two classic vibes are better, to my point of view, than the Indonesian stuff. I know that's upset a bunch of people, but they are. It's just with the ones that I've experienced.
This one's
The
also,
Indonesian ones are absolutely great though.
this one's also got the ashtray that came with it.
Yeah, this one actually came with the ashtray
and
and
the
everything.
green
And the proper
tint.
mint green and the proper hat, and I can't remember what electrics are in those.
I think, yeah.
I can't remember it. There's
Anyway,
also a video on these two. Check that one.
Yeah, video on these
Alright.
two. That one's...
Oh, we haven't spoken about your Squire, I don't believe, Josh, or the Orville by Gibson electrics. We've jumped over those. So
yeah.
we've got some more to show you.
Yep. I'll grab that one, and you can
I'll grab the other two. We'll come back in the shot, Josh.
I am back in. So which one are you going to grab first? Oh, so this... Oh, yeah.
So we've done the SG.
So the 335. Oh, okay.
All right. I've still got the back cavity off this because I was playing around with the electrics. It's all fully stock standard. It's got the circuit back Gibson pickups in there, Bill Lawrence pickups in there, the ABRs I think they are called. Anyway, so this is probably another guitar I'm going to move on. Again, it's a Les Paul. It's not as heavy as mine. It's beautiful plain top. It plays beautiful. It's an Orville by Gibson. Not the normal Orville, it is the Orville by Gibson, and it's got all the electric hardware and everything in there, and it is a proper Les Paul. The 335 is also an Orville by Gibson. So there's two tiers in the Orville range. You've got Orvilles and then Orville by Gibson. The Orville by Gibsons are the the higher spec one with the USA electrics in them.
So there is a video on this where Dad changes the electrics out on it, but
Because it also had the same pickups as this.
But he did break a pot.
I broke a pot in it, damn it. So I've got to pull that out and fix it.
So it is the top volume.
Which affects the entire tone of the guitar. Hence the reason why you've never seen it in another video apart from when I was actually working on it. After I finished that video, I broke the guitar. So it is.
Yep.
All right, I think that's all of it now, Josh.
Is it? Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
What?
Did we do the 50th anniversary and my Squire
Well, we
bullet?
didn't do the 50th or your Strat. All right.
Alright, I'll go if you want to give me that Les Paul.
Yep, just be super careful. Yeah, so that's our entire current collection. We are going to whittle. Oh, it's actually not. There's a couple of Epiphones over there that aren't worth looking at really. They're just being sold off. just clearing out the house, and yeah, we're going to, as we build our own RetroVibe guitars, we will be probably moving on a lot of guitars to make room for our own.
Alright, so my Squire Bullet, this one's gone kind of through a few stages on this channel. It is definitely a big part of this channel. It's kind of, because it's had so many pieces on this channel, there's quite a few videos. So we don't have much to say about this because you can just check out those videos.
But it is one of our refinishes. It's one of the later videos where we took that army green looking colour, which was a wrap, stripped it back, and now it turned into, let's show them the back of it, Josh.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so again, reshaped it, got all the horrible plastic urethane off there, and
it feels much lighter now.
Painted in nitro. Now, alright, and this is my 50th anniversary. I bought this as a last ditch attempt to get that Strat sound that I was looking for all those years ago, that this one actually does provide. It is a lovely guitar, and it is a high quality USA, a collectible guitar I suppose. I have its original case and all the, what do they call it? Case candy. Yeah, look, it's a beautiful guitar. I will do a review on it and a deep dive and all the rest. But yeah, now I have a replacement for this guitar. I will move this one on, I think. And what else have we got, Josh? I think we're all done.
Alright.
So you're going to just have to speak up a little. So
outro now.
So let's get to the outro. We're all done with this video. Guys, if you made it to the end, thank you very much. And hopefully you understand, hopefully you've learnt a little bit more what we're about and what the channel's about. Yep. The channel is going to grow into, okay, I don't know, like innovative, hopefully innovative, productive, yep, and original designs and creating stuff for guitar. And not just sort of playing and reviewing guitars. We want to do a lot of different things. Yep. Build new ones, get into the pickup side of stuff and our own designs, and yeah. Okay, so make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications, and comment what you want us to do for our videos. If you've got any design suggestions. So one thing's, we do want to get the viewers involved, and we'd love to hear from you guys, and we'd like to hear some suggestions. We've got 2 more Squires. If you've got any design ideas, please send that through, and we might just make the guitar to your spec. And if you want to see a particular guitar made, yeah, flick us through some ideas. We might actually make that guitar. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to check out. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, support the channel, and hopefully we can grow it. Yeah. Alright. Thanks, guys. See you next time. On the gear cave. On the gear cave.